Hello and welcome. Today we are going to discuss the last topic of the first chapter of history, the rise of nationalism in Europe. We have started the story of the rise of nationalism in Europe with this painting of Frederick Suroy. In this painting, he is visualizing his dream of a world made up of democratic and social republics. And in a long journey of this chapter, which we have covered in 10 videos, we have seen many ups and downs, turns and crossroads in the realization of Frederick's dream of democratic social republics. Children, there is no end of human aspirations and greed. This we will find out today in this last topic, the nationalism and imperialism. By the last quarter of the 19th century, nationalism no longer retained its idealistic liberal democratic sentiments of the first half of the century. But because a narrow creed with limited ends, during this period, nationalist groups became increasingly intolerant of each other and ever ready to go to war. This we will understand better with the story of the area called the Balkans, the most serious source of nationalist tensions in Europe after 1871. The Balkans was a region of Bulgaria, Albania, Greece, Macedonia, Croatia, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Slovenia, Serbia, and Montenegro, whose inhabitants were broadly known as slaves. A large part of the Balkans was under the control of Ottoman Empire. The spread of ideas of romantic nationalism in the Balkans, together with the disintegration of the Ottoman Empire, made this region very explosive. The Balkans people based their claims for independence or political rights on nationality and used history to prove that they had once been independent. Hence, the rebellious nationalists of Balkans thought of their struggle as an attempt to win back their long lost independence. One by one, each state broke away from control of Ottoman Empire and declared independence. Balkans also became the scene of big power rivalry of imperialism. During this period, there was intense rivalry among the European powers over trade and colonies, as well as naval and military power. And as you can see here, the four big powers of Europe, like Russia, Germany, England, and Austro-Hungary, was keen on countering the hold of other powers over the Balkans. It means they wanted to have their own control over the areas of Balkan, and at the same time they were countering the powers of each other. This led to a series of wars in the region and finally the First World War in 1914. Many countries were colonized by imperial powers. People started opposing imperialism. Now, what is imperialism? Imperialism means extending power with the use of military in a particular region. Now, all these region or the area which were colonized by these imperialistic powers started anti-imperial movement. Nationalism, the idea of nationalism started spreading as an anti-imperial movement. And these nations, now they wanted independent nation states for themselves. In the same manner, nationalism emerged in India as an anti-imperial movement against the British rule. European ideas of nationalism were lost somewhere. People developed their own specific variety of nationalism, but the idea that societies should be organized into nation states came to be accepted as natural and universal. With this, we come to an end of our first chapter of history. So, till we meet again, I want you to take good care of yourself and also take good care of your parents and your grandparents, and keep yourself updated with the latest happening in the country and around the world. So till we meet again, stay healthy and stay blessed.